All right. Okay. What's up, y'all? All right, cool. What's going on? We're back. We're gonna be programming. What do you know? um, Today's gonna be a programming session. I'm gonna have fun and see what I can do and build and just chill out and lay back and code. Let me know if you have any questions, and let's get started here. I'll just talk as I go, and yeah. Um, so let's go. Main app reload, launch our server. Our Docker's not running. All right, cool. All right, let's get cooking here. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Hope we're having a good day. All right, cool. Okay. Let's get started here. Hey, Abdul. How's it going, man? Welcome in. What are you working on? What you been up to lately? How you been coding, my boy? You're coming in, dude. Good to hear from you again. All right, let's get started here. So we left off on writing an update method. So we need to finish this method here, right? So we import from SQLModel our session, right, which houses our current SQL session via our FastAPI instance. And then we have, right, because our main, we init the DB here and yield our lifespan, our app, right? So and our initDB function calls our SQL model to create all on our engine here. Right, our engine houses environment variables from our DB route to create our database. Our create engine function. Oh, it's from database. Sorry, it's from that. Right. Then we have session here, which yields a session off of our engine. So our initDB. What did we define a lifespan function, I thought, though. Yeah, here, this is our context lifespan. Do we actually yield the database? Where do we yield the database at? That's what I'm trying to figure out. We initDB here, which calls create all on our engine. Create engine. But where are we calling get session? I forgot. All the dependencies on the get session and the routes. Got you. And then we pass that session to our database handlers. Okay, cool. I'm up to speed now. I forgot. I always forget, dude. That's the bad part about learning so much. Doing so many things is it's hard to keep everything straight. Okay, let's go ahead and get going. Hey, what's going on, Ashley? What's going on, bro? How we working on? What's everybody coding? What's everybody working on? What projects we got going on, everybody? Okay, let's get ahead and get into this one. So, we have a session which is going to be passing from our API side of things right here. So this will be equipment API. So this will be update equipment. Yeah, okay, post equipment. So this will be a post. Or at router.post. This would post the equipment type ID here, right? This would post this object. And then what we're going to do is try to function def update equipment type route. And then this route is going to contain data, which is going to be the equipment type. Update. Our updater model. Right. And then our session is going to be housed via session object, which depends on a call to get session. Right. So we have the same kind of typical format here. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to turn whatever the call is to our update equipment type. Right? So this function given our session, right, our database session and our current data. And so this function here is needing to be imported here from services.update, import update equipment type. Okay, like that. So now we can go to this function, which is back where we were. Cool. So now what we can do is take our session. We need to get the current row. So current row is equal to our session. And we need to call dot get. We're going to get equipment type update dot dot where dot where dot where ID. Is that it? So we get equipment type. So right, this is our table equipment type, and we get from that where equipment type dot ID is how would you specifically get this? Oh, so the get takes two objects. Identity key. So the equipment type is being passed in from the route here via the data of whatever the user passes in here to select, right, from the data object. Now we're receiving that on the back end, right? We're passing that here into this function equipment type, which is this update object, but we need this has an ID associated with it. So I'm gonna go equipment ID is equal to the equipment type dot ID. If not, EID raise value error. No, not a value error here. Well, yeah, this would be a value error, right? No, we don't raise errors here. We would just return none. Right, so the EID, equipment type ID, if not EID, return none. Current row session, we would get off of the EID. That would give us the current row, right? Now we would say if current row is none, return none. Or like if not, right? It's not none, right? If. Because this is a database object, a dictionary. Okay. Okay. So then, if not current row, they might have updated like the equipment ID. So our update data is equal to our current object. No. So our equipment type dot dump, model dump. I think we want this one to be true. This one will set only the values the user sent to be true. Say for like every key and value in update data, we'll call our setAttr function right, the setAttr goes onto our current row, and the name is the value, right? So that'll setAttr automatically. And so now we've set the row. So now we just need to save. So why do we have to add? Session not add. Place object into the owner session. Add it to our session. Okay, we're gonna add our current row into our session. Session dot commit. Session dot refresh the current row. And we return current row. Okay. Hey, Scene, how's it going? Okay. Okay, I think we're okay now. So we update the current row. So let's try. So now we have post, update equipment types. Okay, so now I go in. Post. Huh. confused. I don't think I have this set up here right. So we have description string, true string. If I execute this, I don't think I have this right. Anyone have any tips here? So this is my update method, right? So I'm updating the equipment type. I'm getting the equipment current row. I'm getting the update values from here. I'm setting the attributes, and then I'm adding, committing, and refreshing and returning. So this route calls this update equipment type and returns that value. Now this is getting called getting called by our FastAPI route. Include outer equipment type router here. Which has all those routers. Okay, so we have, if we execute this, we get 200. We shouldn't get that back, no. Let me see real quick. I don't want to look it up. What's up, AJ? Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Jason. 27. Hey, what's going on, Picali? What's going on? We're all from Brazil. Okay, so the application is, I think it's this, how we're posting equipment type ID in the URL here. So this is going update equipment types. So the update equipment type ID here. No, I don't think that's what we want here. We already have this route though for this update equipment type. So if I just do this, you can't have two of the same route, can you? Yeah, it goes away. And this one takes its place. But we need to specify which equipment type to update because we're gonna send it. So like, if I just call /update, let's just create equipment type now. Alright, so if I execute this, success. So we're hitting this URL from our front end and sending this data package here. Our back end is receiving it via this intercept point here. The data is here, and we call this function. This goes here. Alright, so this goes here. Equipment type, so that data package goes here. It gets EID, this is, it should return none here. And so what we should do is say this. Okay, what we need to do is say this. That's why, because it's always returning positive. We're not doing it. Okay, got you. And it's returning null right there. Okay, that makes sense. So if I go ahead and return and say, if I say, we're not going to return this right off the jump. Right, we're going to say update equipment type given this, and this is going to be equipment type here. And we say if equipment type is none, then we raise HTTP exception here with a status code equal to the status dot HTTP 400 not 404 not found. And we say detail quote equipment night update failed. Okay. Else we will return the equipment type here back to the front end. So the front end's calling this. So we refresh here. Update equipment type. Let's try this out. Let's send this. 404. Equipment type not found. Look at debugging maniac over here. Let's go. Call me the bug hunter. I am the bug hunter, crikey. The bug hunter. I'm the bug hunter, crikey. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Okay, so now let's try to update the one thing we have in there, which is ABC for ID. So we're going to update this to new description. We're going to execute this. Boom. Internal server error. Internal server error 500. Is that our FastAPI break here? Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. Okay, that should fix it. Looking for a 400 here. Or 200. Yes. Ready? Ready? Get ready for it. to be in here somewhere. There you are. Select all from yes. Woo! Nice. All right, that's now in our database. That update function works. All right, let's take this and see if we have any corrections we can make here. Let's see here. Sweet, I'm stoked that I wrote that post function by myself. Let's go. Biggest issue, right? Your update model still likely has this. Okay, so it wants us to change our update model. So in our models, equipment type update here, it wants us to say ID is stir. But we don't inherit from type base here. We inherit from just the SQL model, right? Because they can provide description. Ooh. They can provide description stir or none. And we'll default to none. And they do the same thing for active, which is bool. Right. Interesting. Okay. So it wants us to do that, to exclude our ID from being included in the update for the settr here. Oh, so we were close. We were close, you guys. So instead of post.update, it's router.patch / this. Equipment type ID. Or possibly put. So put is a full update. Okay. Okay, so let's go back here. Let's refresh. Oh, we got a patch now. So this patch, if we send this, try it out, execute, this should be .404. Okay, so then if we go ABC here, set it to new, execute 200. Nice. Woo! How to do that? So it's suggesting us to use the parameter in the URL So our update model. So our update model would remove string. We would remove string from our update model. Or ID, right? We would switch our route to what it is now. It stays this. And then we include, oh, so that's where it comes from. So you're not passing this in. You're not passing this in to like from somewhere in here, getting it from the data object. You're getting it from the URL here. Right? That's passed in by the front end here. If I refresh this. So this is required here. And a request body data. This recording from the parameter URL. Oh, okay. I see. See, it's good to it's good to get in here and mess around. Okay, so it's coming from this parameter, URL parameter. I think that's filling automatically into this here, right? And so it's matching to that. And so then we feed update equipment type given session. We're giving the equipment type ID and the data here. Now we'll update our updater function, take in an equipment type ID here, which is a string. Now we don't need this. Well, we do. We'll just get rid of this. We'll say if not equipment type ID, return none, just as a safety. And we'll get that. That, right? And then everything else should stay the same. So now if I pass in, try this out, I pass in LOL and set this to new description to execute 404, equipment type not found, perfect. ABC, execute 200, success. That updated. So you optionally, because, oh, that's cool, right? So because the update object that we're using in this model is optionally setting these, you can pass either or in, and it's acceptable to clear this route, right? This route is requiring a data update model, and it's either or. So you could just pass this. This would work, right? If I set this to false, boom, 200, and now it's false. Woo! Cook him now, boys. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's cut out some chats here. Scene context I enter. Hey, what's going on, Ace W? Hey, man, I watch all your content. I don't post, but you got me into recording my own videos. Has helped me stay super consistent. Just wanted to say thanks. Nice, dude. Good on you, man. That's awesome. You posting videos? Got me into. I don't post, but it got me into recording my own videos. Oh, cool. Hey, what's going on, Troy? Thanks for coming back after all these years. That's awesome, dude. Welcome back, dude. What's my plan in the future? I don't know. Like, I go through phases where I seriously apply places, get nothing back, get discouraged, go through a lull, get some inspiration, build a new project, complete the project, start applying to places, hear nothing back, go through a lull, learn a new concept, build a new project, apply a few places, hear nothing back, lull. I'm in this endless loop, guys. Help me. Okay. I might go back for computer science classes on the side. I could, I guess, maybe. I just got a lot going on right now, so it'll have to be after like July and like kind of towards like after summer before I can really, because we're moving into the house and stuff, and we got a lot going on. Okay, so cool. Now we have a patch method or a patch route, which will update the equipment based on the ID pulled from the parameter in the URL, which is really cool. So I like that. I'm feeling good about that. Okay. Nice. Okay, so we are good, I guess, to add. Let's wait for this to load up. Add equip. No push. Okay. Cool. So we have that now. We have the ability to get equipment types, create equipment types, update equipment types. Okay, yeah, awesome. Okay, so honestly, at this point, we're kind of at a point where we start. We could go on and incorporate like the model and whatever and the manufacturer table and all those other tables for this backend that's needed. But I think it would be, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we? I'll leave it up to you. Should we start to build the front end for this specific feature, get it completely polished how we want, and then keep going, or do we build more back end services without having any front end corresponding services? I mean, the back end is truly what like makes the project run, right? But you have to be able to interact with it. So as a user, so just don't like doing front end. Oh my god. If any of you guys are front end developers and want to like want to get like some experience building a project and collaborating, like please let me know. I really don't want to do it, but I gotta do it. Okay. What should we do? Should we? I'm kind of leaning towards just starting the front end here. The thing is I already have some structure already built, because I kind of started this project before in a different stream, but I'm restarting it to be cleaner and using some different database services. So um, yeah. Troy said, same dude. I'm a bit similar. I originally got an econ bachelor's and started self-studying CS. I ended up going back to study CS in school. Gonna get my bachelor's next year. Oh, nice, dude. You actually did it. How's that going? He's actually doing it. That's so crazy, Troy. How's that going? How's the transition been? Did you self-teach before you went back to school, or did you just start when you went to school? Okay. So, whatever. I kind of want to do it in TypeScript. Should we do it in TypeScript and try to learn TypeScript? What is neurosymbolic? Is that like, what the hell? Pro con of JSX versus TSX. A high level. TSX is basically JSX with static typing layered on top. So JSX, simple, flexible, faster, right? TSX, type button props equals to text string function button prop. Oh, so you have to type define stuff? Now the compiler can validate your props and catch mistakes before runtime. I guess we'll use TypeScript. Screw it. Learn something new. We'll try something new with this project. Should we? No, not you, Siri. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. Just getting started. Okay. We always have to look this up every single time. You can try run online cycles that runs a byte-based set observing the browser. React TypeScript. npm create. Okay, it's this guy. So we're gonna go make dir client. CD client. Oh boy, here we go. TypeScript plus React compiler. Starting new project. student. I was teaching myself SQL. At first to get a job as a data scientist, got that job and was more interested in what the software engineer on my team was doing rather than being a SQL monkey all day. The grass keeps getting greener, huh? So I started learning to code after work for a few months before enrolling back in school for CS. Interesting. Okay. Well, nice, dude. That's super awesome, man. Okay, so we have a front end app now. Okay. Okay, so now we have TypeScript stuff, which I've never used before. So this is going to be interesting. Client, source, get ignore, index. Okay, here we go. We'll go lab rat, div. Did that not install with Tailwind? I don't think so. Huh, so do you... I always have to remember this. So CD... CD client. Okay. Not you. And add the Tailwind plugin dependency to the configuration. Okay. Top of our CSS file. Open a div. dashboard default function app. Turn the broom. Okay, so then really quick. There we go. Cool. All right, now we have that set up. Would you say AI is truly taking over where we currently? It's kind of interesting, you know. It's like pretty like it really comes in like these cyclical waves of like where people care and then they don't really care and then they care and they don't really care, but it's still there. It's definitely not going to go anywhere as it's proven its relevance to be able to apply to everyday functionality at this point with large language models. But honestly, like I've really honestly just stopped caring myself to keep up with it in terms of like that news and stuff because it's just annoying. So like I just am learning deep learning myself and I'm not really paying attention to any of that stuff, and I don't know. I just am kind of burnt out from it. Just the back and forth annoyances of all of these companies and whatever. Okay. What is pure script, Andrew? Pure script, is that a new thing? Okay, so let's try this out here. So what we're gonna do is we have TSX here. Okay, so we have our main page here. So let me go ahead and open up my other project and bring what I had in there from the front end. Okay. Okay, so in our source here, we can delete these. Okay, let's go here to our source and go pages. Okay. And I'm gonna copy the this dashboard page. Okay, so I had this built already. Okay, so then we're gonna go to app. I'm gonna go app here. Import. Dashboard. React Router DOM. Okay, so let's see here. So it's gonna remain as retired. I don't want that. Okay, so then equipment. So this gets data from a certain pool of equipment. Okay. Okay, so let me show you. What the heck? Recent changes. This is desktop. The dashboard. So I thought there was like a main page. Oh, okay. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna take this from my app JSX I had previously in our other project. I'll throw this guy in here. We're gonna configure all this, right? So we have dashboard here. We don't need all of this. We'll do this. We'll keep the React icons imported. Huh? What time should you get picked up? Are you going or me? You going? Do you not want to go? I can go. Okay. Well, are you going to a movie with her later? No? Okay. Okay. Okay, so that'll help with that. Okay, so then okay, cool. So that should, no, it's not being used. Okay, that's why. This is 2 dashboards, Interesting. I'm trying to see how it did it here. So nav item to label icon on click is passed into here in this function. Cool. Layout that function here. Okay, so what's wrong with this location? Never read anywhere. Okay. Failed to resolve input React router DOM. Does this file exist? Source app. TSX. Failed to resolve this import. Yeah, that file exists. Okay, this doesn't like this. That page is not sure. From React router DOM. Okay, so we're getting so use location. It doesn't like this from React router DOM. I thought we have that installed. The React router DOM here. Um, what's going on, Tim? Welcome in, dude. What's going on here? Why are we having problems? There we go. Okay. Okay, cool. So we have this. So this is just giving loading here. Okay, so let's see why. So location. Lab rat. I like that. Open sidebar. Nice. There's no close sidebar option though. What's over there? You can't see it. We just click anywhere. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. That doesn't look too bad so far. Okay, so we'll close for this. We need that onClose function. Where was that at in my old file here? Okay, so let's go add a new file here. We're gonna go call components. Bring this out into source. Make a new file here called navbar.tsx. Go to our main. Right, we're gonna go to our app. We're gonna go to our navbar configuration. What is this for? This goes to the RX dashboard, icon dash, go back to home. Config navbar, nav item. Element, find it. So we need to type to find these. Okay, that's why. It's TypeScript stuff. Sidebar. Okay, that's where a function. So we'll take our sidebar function, export it into here. Okay. Going to go export to default. Function sidebar. We're going to have navbar component nav item dot tsx. Go back into our sidebar. This says nav item here. So app nav item. Here we'll go export to default function nav item. This needs nav link. So we have app nav link is from React Router DOM. So we don't need that here. From nav item we'll go import nav link from React Router DOM. That'll solve that. Nav sidebar needs a nav item. Import nav item from ./nav item. Then main nav. So then in app we have main nav object here, which contains just data information, it looks like. So we'll take that, go into sidebar, and bring this here. Will this not work on config nav here as well. So let me go, maybe I'll just export these into their own, because they might need, so we need to do import Rx dashboard and FA tags. Okay, so that's that. I need those. Sidebar. Import sidebar. Okay, now we get it. We're back here. Okay, cool. Nice. Just so, yeah, drop that article in the Discord, my boy. Drop it in the Discord so we can check it out. I'm not sure if YouTube lets you link stuff in chat. Okay, so we have this so far. We're not using location anywhere. Okay, cool. So this just says loading. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so now let's go to our components nav bar. Sidebar. Labrat, return information. Okay, cool. Equipment families, now we're here. We don't have a page for it. Okay. App calls. No, layout is our layout of our app. Dashboard is not anything we need to worry about, I don't think. Yeah, dashboard is its own thing, actually. So we can just get rid of this. Dashboard doesn't impact any of this. Cool. Wait, what? Oh, maybe I'm trolling. Where's dashboard? This just returns layout into app. Dashboard is not defined out layout. Oh, is it in layout? cool. Have you ever tried Vim Motion? No, I've heard about it though. Should we give it a go? Okay, lab rat. I like that. Okay, cool. So let's just quickly style these a little bit better. Let me go here really quickly. Route. Let me just comment it out rather than do that. Okay. So then in layout, okay, all of our functions are removed from here. Good. So sidebar, that's not what we want. Navbar, no. Nav item. What is this top bar here? Is that in the layout? Probably is in the layout as a separate section. Let's go app to the layout here. Desktop sidebar here. Flex screen. Mobile top bar. Oh yeah, mobile top bar. So this is like our nav bar basically function here. And this is the main content inside of the section. We'll take this header. Desktop sidebar, sidebar on custom mobile overlay, sidebar open and mobile top bar. This is the mobile top bar. Which houses main as well. I'm a little confused. Okay, so this layout function, sidebar open, that's not what we're wanting. This is not, no, that's fine. So this is our desktop sidebar when it's in desktop mode. Okay, so there is no really like nav bar then because it's all this layout here. Okay, right. Then you have different routes here which go to those. Okay, cool. Okay, got you. So now what we can do is we can make this equipment families page. Right, so I have one kind of already built here. So let me copy this one. Okay, so we'll go to pages, we'll paste this page here, rename it to TSX. Okay, we don't have a button dark anywhere. We'll need to import our button dark. I do have that here. Let me bring these into our components from our previous project. Okay. I think that'll be fine. So then we have our equipment families page here, which will become a route in our app. Don't have this yet. So that's what we'll need to actually build, is that part. So this is commented out. I'll just take these. Don't need that yet. Family, we are using it. Okay, cool. So we'll import button dark. So onClick is missing, set show form void. So missing the following properties from type text. Click create. Huh. So it goes, oh, here's our create function here. Okay, we'll just this one. So now if we go to the app here, add in a route for path slash equipment families. Equipment types. Okay. Any chats? Yeah, Brayden, right? I'm just getting my soul drained here. Don't mind me. Okay, so button dark. Create on click. Session for set error. No. Okay, cool. Families, which we don't have. So set equipment. button dark. Families, equipment types, so okay, so what's going on here? Why is this still bad in the nav bar? Or in the path to equipment type, given equipment type with this route. Main takes an app takes an equipment type, equipment type page is here. We're not getting any equipment types, right? Because we're not loading any with, we don't have a hook yet for it. So use navigate React Router DOM, use navigate here. Free equipment. No route matched equipment dash families React Router DOM. What page? Where is this at? No, it's not here. It's not here. Maybe let's restart the server or the front end. Oh, it might be that button, right? It might be going to that button. Okay. So let's go to equipment type or to our let's go to our layout here. And when you click on the button equipment type, it routes to this path equipment type. This is a route, which is in here. Oh, here. There we go. Equipment type is not defined at equipment type. Okay. Let's trace this back. Equipment types. There we go. Nice. Okay, cool. Equipment type. Let's Spelled that wrong. It's in our nav. Equipment type. Oh, it's in our page. Okay, cool. All right, so we'll have this dashboard. Let's show some like key performance indicators and stuff. And right now you have equipment type, right? So we have this button here, which opens up this form to create an equipment type, right? Which looks pretty good so far. Okay, so we're just gonna go little by little and try to build out, you know, these features without getting too much bloat and whatnot. So obviously we need some sort of client-side script and functions to send the responses to link to our backend. So we'll have to wire those up next. So you create an equipment. So you create equipment family. Opens up this page. You create an equipment family here. You type in an ID number, or ID 3-letter uppercase. So it limits you here. Okay. And then a name for this type. Or it would be a description, right? Rather than a name, it'd be a description. Or something like that, right? Okay. So for an equipment type, in the equipment type page, let's search the word family. Interface with a type. The bottom here, we have no equipment type. Okay. Um, no routes match this. What did I do? I broke it. Oh. Oh, we're good. Okay. So our create function, right? Async equipment post from our client. We're gonna post to equipment. Patch. I'm just gonna post it here. I'm gonna post the form so the form shows a false criteria. These are right here. Load client. So we're gonna have a function here. So here, then we're gonna have client.jscript. So then we're gonna have some functions here. Okay, so our front end is we're gonna import client from we're gonna import client from quote dot slash API slash no, because we're in pages dot slash API. Why is that not in here as well? API should be at the same level as assets. No, it's not in source. API slash client. Okay, so now we're gonna have to how do you do this? I forgot how you write. I suck so bad at JavaScript, guys. Oh, here we go. This is from my other project. So we used Axios here. Create on localhost, export default client. So that'll run on our local host, and we don't even need to write custom functions because we can ping this client object, right, for any route located at this host. So right, and so that'll be nice because that should work. So now we need to install Axios. npm install Axios. Is that an npm package? Yeah. Okay. Failed to resolve Axios from source by client. It's client.
Where are your keys? Don't look at me like that.
I know. What's going on? Why are you mad? Hold on. Let me pause my. All right, yo, I gotta go to the store real quick. I'll talk to you guys later. Sorry to cut it off real quick, but I gotta head out. So we'll have to fix these bugs when I get back, but I'll be right back, guys. Peace out. Whoa.